Alright, guys, hello again, and welcome to another episode of Gaming Malarkey with Mark. I am your host, Marcus, and today we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about Resident Evil. Not the franchise as a whole, but I'm talking more or less like the old game. The one for the PlayStation, the very first Resident Evil game to ever come out. See, I'm talking about that because thanks to Resident Evil 6, or I should say the anthology edition of Resident Evil 6, I was able to finally get all the Resident Evil games. So, not the mainstream ones, which you know what I mean, like Resident Evil 1, Director's Cut, Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, Resident Evil 5 with all the DLC, and of course Resident Evil 6. So, I got that. No, I figured why not? It's a little bit of extra money, and I've never played any of the older Resident Evil games. My first Resident Evil game I ever played was Outbreak, and apparently that was a bad choice because it's not looked at very highly. So Outbreak was my first one. Then I played, Resident Evil 4 because everybody was like Resident Evil 4, so played that. So, but I've never had a chance to go back in time to play Resident Evil 1, 2, 3. So I decided, I'm gonna go through and play them. Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. Game was released for the PlayStation, very first one, and I gotta say we have come a very, very long way. Resident Evil, the live action cutscene, like that's at the very beginning of the game, horrible. For the time, it was good because nobody's probably ever you never seen anything like that before. When you looked at a game, you saw like maybe like cutscenes, but nothing live action, nothing where it was actually audio dialogue going on from actual people that sounded like that anyway. So I get, it was nice then. Now I looked at it in pain, just like, this looks like it could be classified as a lower than B horror movie. Like, not even like a B class horror movie, probably something lower than that. Like, I don't even know what's a bad movie I once saw. If anybody's ever seen Thanksgiving, it's like with a killer turkey. That was pretty bad. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So pretty much the live action acting was horrible, and so was the voice acting. Some of it is, all of it I should say, is really bad. But in a way, it's a nostalgic feeling, because it's just like, wow, we've come this far, and it's just nice. But there were some moments I just couldn't help it, just like, Chris, Jill, how did you get out of there? I don't know, Chris. Did you do something? No, but I'm glad you're safe. You almost became a Jill sandwich. It's very, very... I can make fun of it now, but, we did come from that, so you can't make fun of the past, but it's definitely one of those moments you could sit back and laugh, like, I used to like something like this. But no, seriously, the voice acting is not the greatest. Obviously, where we're at now, we have games where it's like spot on voice acting, like actors coming in and doing what they do best through a video game, and it's nice. So Resident Evil, I played the Resident Evil Director's Cut. Now I don't know what the difference is between Director's Cut and regular one. Obviously, Director's Cut has more involved in it. I never played the original, regular Resident Evil, so I don't know what the difference is. I know I like it. I do have to say, I know I'm bashing on the voice acting, the live action cutscene, but I like it. The game scared me, and now I'm 23 years old. Resident Evil scared me. I think mostly because it has to do is because I play horror games not often, but I play enough of them. Like I play Fear. Fear has its moments where it creeped me out. Dead Space 1. Don't get me started. But other than that, like I play games that are scary. Resident Evil, I didn't think it was gonna scare me. I'm like, all right, I play Dead Space and Resident Evil, like 4 or 5. Well, not 5 so much. 5 wasn't scary, but 4, games like that. I can't be scared. I was scared. Okay, I was scared. When they say survival horror, they mean survival horror. That game had me literally scrounging around for ammo, items, whatever I could find, and I never really experienced that in any other game before. Like Resident Evil 4, I mean, at the beginning, kind of. Not even. Like, I never really felt like I was looking like I desperately needed bullets or, like, health. I'd never experienced that in a game before. Even with Dead Space, I never felt that way. Like, it felt like really stuff was given to you. Not as much as you would want, but it was given to you. This game, you had to actually look for it. And it just, to know, like, zombies took like 7-8 bullets to kill, and there's just zombies everywhere. Like, you walk into a room and there's like 4 or 5 zombies. That's like 8 bullets a piece. You don't got 8 bullets a piece to spare for each of them. So you gotta make a decision. You gotta say, look, do I have to kill like a couple? Do I run around them? What do I do? For me, most of the time, it took me a while to get into that, like, cause there's a certain like pattern, not a pattern, but like a feeling you get into when you play games like this. And since I never played a game like this, it took me a while to like get into it. Like, I would walk in a room, see like 2 zombies, and turn back around and run, because I didn't know what to do. And since I didn't know what to do, where to go, because there's a lot of exploration. There's no like arrow pointing you where to go. You either figure out where you gotta go by luck, or somebody tells you. And since I didn't look up anything, I don't use walkthroughs like that. If I got stuck, I'd ask that friend. But mostly it was just me sitting through the game, or I should say walking through the game, checking out rooms I've already been in, making sure I looked at every corner, checking things out. Mostly also running from zombies, because I remember at one point I had no ammo, and that knife might as well have just been left outside, or just like, put somewhere. The knife is useless, so I was just running around. But it's a game we have to explore, and if you don't know where you're going, you're gonna get lost probably. No, you're gonna get lost. And then I had to start using the map. Now, the map, it was not the best map, but it's better than nothing. But it helped. It did help, because like, I think sometimes it would show you where to go. Like, they would, like, the room would light up, especially if you had like a destination to go to, like an actual destination. Like, hey, you gotta go here to do this before you do anything else. Then yes, I think the room would like light up, and I just had to maneuver my way through there. But fighting zombies, or I should say, it wasn't about fighting. It was about surviving. If I wanted to try to fight every zombie, I would die. In fact, I died a lot of times trying to just fight every zombie, because eventually I would fight them all, and then I would have no bullets, and then I'd run into a room that I needed to go into, and there'd be like zombies in there, or like the Cerberus, which was the zombie dogs, the spiders. They would kill me. So eventually I had to learn when to conserve my bullets, when to actually use them, and how to go about it. So that took a while to do. But the game still had its, like, it was kind of hard, because you have to look for certain things. I remember one part, I think I died as Jill, because, and apparently it's an infamous part, you go into a room and you see a shotgun, it's broken, but you take it and then you leave. Or it was Chris, somebody. But basically, I went into a room and I got trapped and I couldn't get out with the ceiling coming down. I didn't know. So the next time I played through it and I had to start over because I didn't save, I didn't think I was going to die. To start over, I was like, don't pick up that shotgun. So, but a friend of mine said, like, I think you had to like replace it with something else, or it was a broken shotgun you had to replace with like a brand new one or something like that. So I learned from that point on. But Resident Evil is definitely a good game. I have to say, again, like I said, it scared me. I wasn't expecting it to scare me. The zombies are creepy enough. They had that low, like, guttural sound that I haven't heard in a while. The one that like scared me as a child, to know zombies are around. You have the dogs, which will catch up to you and tear you apart. You have the spiders. The spiders alone was just like, okay, I don't like spiders, so it's a gigantic spider coming after me. I'm not gonna fight them. I don't even think I killed one. I just ran away from them. What else was it? The hunters. The hunters were the worst. I didn't believe they could kill you one shot until one actually did kill me in one hit. And I had to play through like 2 hours because it killed me. It was the very first hunter you run into too, and it just straight up like leapt at me, hit me, my head came off, and it was like, you died. I was like, I didn't even give me a chance to do anything. That's weird. But then also, it's a good game. And for people to always complain about, oh, the tank controls are so horrible, blah, blah, blah. I can see now, with the games we play, there's a lot more, like, less of a restriction with the controls, so you can, like, dive forward and, like, flip in the air and do all this crazy shit. the tank controls aren't bad. Like, I mean, it took me a while to get used to because I haven't played a PS1 game like that in a while. So it took me a while to, like, oh, okay, you have to turn, you have to basically turn, do all that. It wasn't bad. Would I recommend doing it, like putting it in like a game now? No. But was it horrible? Like people gave me like horror stories about it. Like, it's so bad. No, it's not bad. Does it increase? Excuse me. Does it increase the tension a little bit? Because you got like zombies coming all around you. You gotta sit there and like worry about, like, all right, I gotta hold this and now I gotta run. Yeah, of course, it's gonna be a little scary. So either way, at the end of the day, Resident Evil, I played it and beat it. I beat it with both Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. Jill was easily my favorite character to pick, mostly because she had tons of room. Tons of, or I should say, tons of inventory space. What I didn't like about, or I should say, what also drove the point home about survival horror is that you have limited space, and you always constantly have to keep track of where, like, the safe houses are, because you have to. There's a lot of times I have to go back and forth, looking for something, or like taking items out and putting items in, and taking them out because you wouldn't have a lot of space, and sometimes you need them. Then the saving was like, oh, you can't save unless you have an ink ribbon. So sometimes I know what the hell ink ribbons were. So I was like frightened. I was like, okay, how do I not die, but get to where I need to go? Because I don't feel like playing through 2 or another hour of like what I already played through. Luckily, I can say, if you scavenge around, like if you pretty much scavenge for things in every room, you should find what you're looking for. It's just piecing together what goes where. So, but the ink ribbons was. It drove the point home that this is a survival horror game, so you're gonna have to survive if you want to get out of the mansion. And I did. I survived twice. Took the not the tyrant. Or was it a tyrant? No, if I'm not mistaken, tyrants are the ones with like the trench coat and like the bald head. I forgot what that one was called, or maybe it was a tyrant. I don't know, but I survived that. So I beat the game twice with Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine. It was great. I moved on to Resident Evil 2, which I might actually just talk about in my next video because, yeah, I don't see why not. I'm actually almost done. So, but yeah, I'm coming up on 12 minutes, so we're actually gonna call this a day. Definitely keep on looking at these videos. I feel like I'm getting a lot better. It's easier. It's not as weird looking into a camera that's staring back at you and realizing I'm talking to myself. It's getting a lot easier. I would definitely say follow SpiderDogNet on our website, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Definitely follow me on Twitter because I am the man who games 0. That's right. I only chose the 0 because somebody took the man who games already. So I was like, I really like this name, so 0. But yes, you should definitely follow me on Twitter. Keep on looking. Definitely look forward to my new videos coming out because I got some Let's Plays with Asher's Wrath, obviously. So yeah, definitely have a good night, you guys. Enjoy your weekend, or whenever you see this, enjoy your night, day, whatever. And keep on gaming strong, you guys.